A lot of people probably now are just picking up branches, repairing roofs. Some are still waiting on electricity. Now is the cleanup time and a lot of things to do. But did we ponder over the qudrat of Allah during the days of the hurricane? Sometimes when you are in the midst of something, you don't really see the other picture. You don't see the other picture when you're in the middle of something. You know, it's like a boxing match. The guy who is facing the opponent, he doesn't really see all the shots coming. It's you outside, you see it. The people outside, they say, why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? Because you see a different picture. And I know while most of the people and the millions of people here in Florida were worried about the winds and the roofs blowing away and the electricity and the floods, etc., it's interesting how things happen. I was all the way out in South Korea, looking on the television and looking at the news, and I had a different picture in my mind, looking at the Hurricane Irma coming to Florida. There was a whole different vision. Because I was not here, so I didn't have to worry about the wind and the floods and the whole 9 yards. So I was looking at a whole different picture. I also looked, Brother Azad, at the khutbah last week Friday, live from South Korea, and I realized a lot more people came for Jummah on time because they wanted to pray in advance that the hurricane doesn't hit them. Yeah, I also saw that. People want time for Jummah khutbah because the news were all around, Hurricane Irma coming. So people came to mosque earlier. You see how we think? Now the hurricane is gone, so people don't care. That's human beings. Innal insana li rabbihi lakanud. Allah knows that human beings are ungrateful to Allah. We have benefited by the bounty of Allah that Allah saved this part of Florida. Instead of hitting seriously in the east, it went off in the west. But do we make the shukr to Allah for that? How many people prayed 2 rakats to thank Allah that, Ya Allah, you have saved us? Huh? How many people prayed 2 rakats? Salah. I'm sure a lot of people were praying before, Ya Allah, save us. But after the hurricane passed and people were saved and their homes were saved and their cars and their families, did we really pray 2 rakat salah to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You know, that reminds me, Allahu Akbar, of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. When the Sahabas would ask him, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, your feet are so swollen. Your feet are so swollen in praying salah, nafil salah, not the 5 times daily salah. That was normal for him. Nafil salah. Your feet are so swollen, standing in long rakat and sitting. Why do you have to pray so much, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? When your past sins and future sins are forgiven, you don't need to do all of that. And what did the Prophet ﷺ reply? He said, shouldn't I at least make the shukr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? He didn't pass through a hurricane Irma, but he was making the shukr of Allah. So how many of us have prayed 2 rakat shukr? If you didn't, we should go home after Isha or pray, after Jummah or pray after Salah. Thank Allah. Now, nothing more serious happened to us here in this part of Florida. Because it is a strong command from Allah that we should thank Allah. And always thank Allah. We don't remember. We forget. Insan, human beings, they suffer the quality of forgetfulness. We easily forget. You know, Allah, we're asking Allah to save us. We are asking Allah to protect our businesses. Don't ruin our businesses. Don't ruin our families. Don't ruin our lives. And then when we are saved, do we really remember Allah? Do we really thank Allah? Do we really get back and do what we should do as the Quran and Sunnah have taught us?